Ladies and gentlemen, this is Tommy Pie and welcome back to another Origins mod video. So today we're going to be ranking the 10 mob origins, which is basically another add-on for the original Origins mod. If you're interested in the Origins mod, I'd appreciate it if you subscribe because I put a lot of thought into this list. But please do bear in mind that I usually do content on another mod, so I've made a playlist with all my Origins mod content. So let's begin the list. Please respect that this is all my opinion. And instead of disliking, just comment where you think I've gone wrong, and just your opinion anyway, as I am interested. And I hope to make an updated version of this video at some point, so those kind of comments really help. I am also aware that I consider PvP a lot when making these lists. So in 10th place, I've decided to rank the Strider. And you probably knew that this would be in 10th place. So first, I'm going to be doing an introduction and saying, all the abilities and perks it has, and then I'm going to go into the analysis and basically explain why it's ranked in 10th. So the Strider, as you can see, is immune to all types of fire and can walk on lava. They will naturally spawn in the Nether, like Piglin and Blazeborn. They are hydrophobic, so they take damage in water. Other players can actually ride you if you're playing as a Strider. Unfortunately, I can't demonstrate this because I'm in single player, but once you get onto the land, you're extremely slow. So don't get me wrong, this is a great concept from an Origin, but it just doesn't really have any great advantages. They just walk on lava and they can't do much else really. Now, I don't say this much, but I think it's one of those Origins where the drawbacks actually cancel out the advantages. The only thing you're really good at is being a lava car for other Origins. So in 9th place we have the Guardian. So as you can see, you have prismarine skin, meaning you get a bit more armor than usual, but not as much as Shulk. You can breathe underwater and you stay still like this. You also have aqua affinity all the time, so you can mine blocks just as fast as a human can when they're on land. They don't sink to the ground unless they want to, pressing shift or something like that, and it is very obvious that you are a lot faster underwater. You have these things called Guardian Spikes, meaning you have spikes that have a chance to damage attackers, and on top of all this, you don't take any damage from Guardians. So this guy is trying to attack me, but he's doing no damage whatsoever. So moving on to the analysis, it is very evident that these are really strong underwater creatures. They're basically buffed Merlings. There are some great perks that come with surviving underwater, including better access to great ravines where there's loads of ores. It's also going to be easier to find shipwrecks, and if you're a good builder, you could build some beautiful underwater structures. Oh yeah, I also forgot to say that when you're on land, you lose oxygen like Merling, but you also slip around like this. This is really fun and convenient. But yeah, you don't want to be staying on land if you're going to constantly run out of oxygen. So as strong as they are underwater, you're missing out on all the stuff on land. Netherite, going to the end, killing the Ender Dragon. You're missing out on tons of the game. But if you're up for the challenge and you want to play Minecraft a bit differently, this is great. I am aware that when you're on the surface you can drink water bottles, but I mean, look at that, they give you nothing. It's extremely impractical to carry loads of water bottles around. Yes, you can carry a water bucket with you as well, but I mean that's not going to work out for you well in the Nether either. But an interesting thing with this Origin is that when you kill the Elder Guardian, you actually evolve into a different Origin called the Elder Guardian. So the Guardian has buffed Merling and the Elder Guardian has buffed Guardian. Now I'm not going to repeat all the perks or analysis, I'm just going to tell you the extra things you get when evolving into this Origin species. So you have stronger spikes this time, you're immune to getting mining fatigue. This isn't a good demonstration because I just got mining fatigue already from being the Guardian. But you can also summon a cloud of mining fatigue by pressing B, and I think this would be a great getaway for getting away from people that are running after you in the water or something like that, because I could dig myself down here and block it off, and if they've got mining fatigue, they're not going to be able to follow my trail. So with both these Guardians, I understand they're extremely strong in water and they don't have any drawbacks in the water, but because they can't go on land and all that, that really puts me off using them, and that is why they are quite low on the list. So they are the Guardians. So in 7th place I've ranked the Slime. These guys are hella bouncy and they bounce on all blocks that they land on, as you can see. They are also see-through, being similar to the Phantom, but they have a slight green tint to it. With this bounciness feature, you actually don't take full damage whatsoever. They have a split ability where if they press G, they'll summon another one of their kind. So that there's another Tommy Pie here. And when less than 2 hearts, you deal almost no damage, but your attacks have stronger knockback, as you can see. So after playing as the Slime for a little bit, I'm instantly noticing that this is a very fun Origin to play as. When jumping on flat ground, you won't really notice the bounce effect, but when you're going up terrain like this, it's quite annoying actually. But this ability is also really great and unique, and taking no fall damage allows great little bases like this one right here. Being able to bounce might help you fight the Ender Dragon, as when you're flung in the air, you won't need to do any water bucket stuff or anything, you just won't take any damage. You might also be able to bounce between the obby pillars like this to, you know, break them and kill the Ender Dragon. The slimes that come with the split ability are very weak and will be a one-shot with a wooden sword. You can produce huge armies with these slimes, and I do think they'll be a great distraction. But let's be real here, are they really worth losing that much health when you summon them? And yeah, they sometimes hurt you as well. If I had to play as the slime, I personally wouldn't summon slimes. But to finish up this analysis, I think the small weakness perk will be really good at escaping other players and just other things that are attacking you. As if your attacks are dealing more knockback, you're going to be able to quickly knock it back like that and then carry on running. And then with the no fall damage, you could jump down a ravine to get away. Well, they would have to find other methods or just water bucket it. Yeah, everyone would probably be able to do that. So that is the slime. In 6th place, I've decided to rank the witch. So with the witch, your potions that you drink will last longer. And if you activate your primary ability, you'll actually get a potion effect depending on the situation you're in. For example, right now, I'm getting speed. Also, villagers frickin' hate you. I'll not trade with you whatsoever. And as of this, iron golems also hate you. But pillagers like you. So I must say, there's not much to the witch. The only real game-changing feature is not being able to trade with villagers, and this is a really bad game-changing feature, as you know, villagers are basically the modern-day way for getting great enchantments and loads of other things. So when playing as the witch, it might be worth avoiding single player, because then you could be teamed with another origin that can actually trade with villagers. The longer potion duration is going to be extremely helpful in long fights, and it will mean there is less potions to carry, taking up less inventory space. And relating to potions, the perfect potion ability could be the difference between life and death in some cases, and it was going to be extremely great for quick getaways. So in 6th place, I've decided to rank the Evoker. So as you just saw, these guys can summon fangs, and I must say there's not much of a cooldown. Totems have a 10% not to break on use, and just like Witch, villagers hate you, pillagers love you. So these guys, yeah, they're basically buffed Witch. The downsides are the same, but I feel like Evoker has stronger abilities. So yes, the spikes are really cool, but not being able to trade with villagers again it's just going to be horrible. I must say, farming totems is going to be hella easy, because pillagers, evokers and all that, they don't attack you even if you attack them. Yeah, they really like you. So you could probably just do raid after raid after raid, get tons of totems. The spikes are going to be great in PvP. They give off ranged area damage, meaning they are going to hit the entity you're aiming for unless you miss miserably. And like I said earlier, it recharges extremely fast. Now, I don't think this will benefit single player as much as multiplayer, but it's still going to be great to use, especially in the early game, because as you can see, I just one-shot some chickens, and this ability of course will be really effective against other mobs as well. In 4th place, I've decided to rank the Wolf. These guys have 2 less health than humans, as you can see. Wolves that are tamed by you are much stronger. Oh, that was a terrible example. But they're much stronger, alright? Frick. You're a carnivore, so you can only eat meat, and you can't eat any vegetables. And during the full moon, that's the sun, I know, you are stronger. When I say stronger, you get faster, stronger, and healthier. Now you gotta bear in mind that full moons take 2 hours and 40 minutes of playtime to occur, meaning that ability kinda sucks. But being a carnivore won't be much of an issue unless you want to eat a golden apple, and I mean these are used a lot in PvP, so that's a pretty big disadvantage I guess. But the idea of having a wolf army just sounds great, and when playing on an SMP or something like that, you could do what Technoblade did, and breed a huge army of dogs, make them all invis, give them all strength, and then it's just going to be a beast, isn't it? Because of course, your wolves are stronger. This army could decimate players even in the late game. I mean sure, the players you're trying to kill could place lava, but you could just fire resistance the dogs, couldn't you? Yes, they could also splash harming potions, but that takes their attention away from you, and you could just do some axe crits on them in the meantime while your huge dog army is destroying them. If this entire thing was done on a full moon, imagine how beautifully destructive your attack could be. 3rd place, I've decided to rank the Snow Golem. So it's very clear that these guys leave a trail of snow wherever they walk, Like many Origins, they have hydrophobia where they take damage in the water. When playing as a snow golem, the snowballs you throw actually do 1 damage this time, instead of none. When in a hot biome, they actually lose health, like this, but when in a cold biome, they deal more damage. So if you're playing as a snow golem, I recommend that you invest in a netherite shovel to get loads of snowballs, because of course you deal damage with snowballs. What's great with these snowballs is you can throw them very, very fast, meaning players and hostile mobs that are trying to attack you, you can knock them back, and if you're skilled enough, they'll never get to you because you can just constantly knock them back with your snowballs, dealing damage at the same time. Now you literally produce snow, so you're going to have infinite snowballs. The great thing about this is, of course, you're a snow machine, so you can produce your own snowballs wherever you like. But a problem with this trail of snow is that it reveals everywhere you've gone, unless you break it. This is going to affect where you can put your base when playing in multiplayer. It'd be the best idea to base in a snow biome because then you can't see your trail. But yeah, this would also be really annoying for just being in your house and stuff like that, which is why it might be worth actually building an igloo for yourself where the floor is made of snow. In PvP like Blazeborn and many others, these guys can just be countered with a water bucket. But of course, if you get full water protection on all your netherite armor, which by the way, you only need on 1 piece. Take it back. Now the biome downfalls are far worse than Florins, but dealing more damage in cold areas is a good thing, obviously, and it will encourage snow golems to base in these biomes alongside many of these abilities. So yeah, if you're a snow golem, it would be wise to find a snow biome like this. So now we're in the top 2, and in second place I've decided to rank the bee. When the bee punches someone, they'll receive poison for a couple of seconds, like so. When you're near multiple flowers, you gain regeneration. I'm not going to show an example, but when you collect honey from a bee nest, the bees won't attack you, which is nice. You have 2 less hearts than humans, you can't eat meat, and when you activate your ability, you can glide, like this. So moving on to the analysis, the poison is really going to help in PvP, and early game killing mobs like this. And being able to regenerate when near multiple flowers is really going to work well with a Florin, as when they use their primary ability on grass, they'll produce flowers. Being able to suddenly glide like so would be great for getting into ravines and just other general situations, like, you know, being flung by the Ender Dragon. It's basically taking one of Avian's abilities and making it good, because gliding all the time, it's just not nice, is it? It's just really great because it avoids you having to go into the stress of getting out your water bucket in time and landing it. Instead you just press G and then it's all done for you. Like always, the loss of 2 hearts reduces the bee's max potential, but being able to heal up fast by just being near some flowers is hella convenient. So number 1, you already knew it when I announced what was second place. I've decided to rank the fox. So foxes are incredibly fast, and they'll be even faster when around 3 or more players. Sweet berries give more hunger bars to a fox, and they are not hurt by the berry bushes. They can pick up items further away than a human can, like so. So with the fox, the first thing I'm noticing is obviously the speed. I mean, this is a lot of speed. It's a huge PvP advantage, and extremely practical when playing single player. And imagine combining the speed ability with speed 2. Yeah, you're going crazy fast now. This swiftness can be used for offense and defense as well, which is the great thing. If I was a fox or bee, I'd probably team up with a Florin when playing multiplayer, as they can grow your sweet berries as well, and of course they give me more hunger bars. This pickup radius ability will stop your diamonds from landing in lava, which of course is just the best thing ever, because nobody wants to get flashbacks from playing Minecraft in 2011. Now I must say, the only real disadvantage for fox is the loss of 2 hearts, but I do think the speed definitely makes up for this. So yeah, that's my list. I hope I did a good job of explaining my opinion. Again, always feel free to comment how your list would go. And yeah, I will see you in the next Origins video. Have a nice day.